Yo, 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 yowdy, yowdy, howdy, howdy. How y'all feeling out there? Welcome to another edition of He Said, She Said, and my normal singers ain't here tonight. What the fuck is going on?
Say
Come on,
my
come on.
name, say my name. I
There
got
we
you,
go,
D.
baby. There we go.
I am that one. I'm the one that always bring it up. I had you.
My fault, Shaka Khan. My fault, Shaka. My fault.
Might be under the weather, but I got you still, boo.
Man, how y'all feeling today?
Little under
Better
the
and
weather, but
better.
good.
Better and better every day.
I
Amen to
got
that.
some good news for Defiant Media Incorporated, the hustle
Uh-oh.
effect, and all that good shit. I got some good news, y'all.
Oh, shucks.
Anybody got a drink? I'm probably the only nigga drinking right now. But it's
No, you not.
all right. Check this out.
Yes.
Starting and beginning on October 30th, we have got an exclusive deal.
October
With
what?
October the 30th. The
30th.
30th. Yeah. So we will have an exclusive deal with a little spot, and we will be live streaming these live performances on Sunday nights.
Okay.
So I can't wait. I went to go last night. I went to go check some my girl Mama Cynthia out. Mama Cynthia did her damn thing. I'm talking about she was out there. Man, I'm talking about when you talk about, let me tell you something. Mama Cynthia got up there last night. And you know how folks be hustling their songs and shit.
Right.
And Mama Cynthia's an older woman. And she said, man, let me tell y'all something.
Uh-oh.
I got a 55-year-old man. She said he loves the way I said, go on, mama. Ain't nobody fucking with you, mama. Can't nobody tell you what to do when you popping that
Mm.
thing like that. And listen, I'm sitting on the right side of me was her granddaughter. And her granddaughter was like, oh my God. And the daughter was on my left hand side, right? And the daughter was like, shit.
How she think she got here? Oh,
Hey, listen though, we had a great time in the building last night. Please do me a big favor. If you're out there,
shit.
share the post right now. Share it to all your groups.
Yep,
Share it to
yep.
all of your pages. Like go crazy with the button. That's what I did at the beginning of the
Yep,
show. I done
yep.
shared it about 15 times. I done got us up out here. You understand what I'm saying? But we're gonna go ahead and get into this week. How you been? What's your week been like, Ida? What's been going on? I see you got the lovely. What is that on your head this evening? What that?
My little hat.
Um,
It's my ponytail got it crooked. It's supposed to be caught to the side, but that sucker don't want to lay down.
okay, okay. You looking like a retired Black Panther right now. I see you.
Power to the
Power
people.
to the people. Power to the people, my nigga. I feel
That's
you.
right.
Shando
Power.
Boko Si.
Show
That ain't
us.
speaking in tongues. That's speaking in African warlock. What's going on?
Power to all the people.
What's going on,
Yeah,
baby girl? We got the. I ain't got the. God damn it! What the fuck's going on, Danny? What have
Everything.
you been doing this week, Danny?
Already putting out fires on my production. Because we are in post production still, but everything is going great. So just gotta be producer and do my damn job. Other than
good
that,
deal.
everything is wonderful.
Whoop
Hey, can
whoop.
I?
Hey, Danny.
Hey, I ain't gonna even talk to Danny right now. I'm about to talk to Eda. Eda,
Yes.
yesterday
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting up here talking to this girl, Danny,
Oh Lord,
I
and
missed the conversation. Oh.
what I
wait a
didn't
minute,
hear
G. I'm,
now.
I'm gonna tell you this gonna fuck you up, G. So we talking about trying to do some things with the show and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get to talking about equipment.
Okay.
This nigga sends me a photo of the camera that she got right now.
Oh,
One of
Jesus.
them. One of them.
Wait a minute,
Danny.
G.
Why?
I
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know.
even say how. Look, I look because I'm the type that I typed it up and I looked up how much it cost, and I looked at how much the fucking camera cost. Do you know that this nigga got everything that she fucking needs to do a fucking show and is sitting up here as I said, motherfucker. I wanted to come through the phone and choke her twice, but I knew I needed her to be alive to do the show. I wanted
You
to do
can't
it.
unalive her. She is
I wanted to unalive her for a few minutes, Nick. I'm trying to talk about.
but
Listen,
she learning. You got to know she learning, boo. She didn't know she had it all, but Danny, like you
Well,
always told me,
well,
what
well.
you tell me, D, I have all my what I need for what I do. If I hadn't told you what was what, you would never know, right?
I ain't hearing that shit.
Well,
I ain't hearing that
okay.
shit. This
Go
nigga
ahead.
called me.
you know what? The only reason why, you know what, I would normally probably be like, you know what, Rush, you ain't shit, whatever. You know what? You getting on me, whatever. No, I can't really do that because I actually know that I know what it can do. How to do it is another thing.
Right.
Boy,
And what I do within, okay, so mind you, I got the camera from school. I just finished school.
look at my face while she telling this story.
Shut up. I finished school last year in film. And in that, they sent us our equipment so that we can do what we do. Now, mind you, I can work my shit. It's that one part.
Which part?
That I know my camera can stream, but I don't know how to do that yet.
What that
Because
nigga
this
say?
is not, now mind you, this is not your average camera. Just understand that.
It ain't your average camera, G.
It's not.
I understand. I understand exactly what you meant because when he said something about the camera, I know it ain't your every run of the day Sony Panasonic type camera that.
Oh no, hold on, no.
It's a Sony though.
No, but I'm saying your every type run of the mill day type camera.
No,
I'm
it
not
ain't one of
saying-
them. Nigga. It ain't one of them. Nigga.
No.
But
But
it
at
ain't
the
no way
same
in the
time-
fucking world is none of them.
But at the same time, do understand my area of expertise.
Uh-huh.
I am a director and a producer.
You're not the cameraman. I got you.
I can be your AP. I
Uh-huh.
can be your assistant camera. But as far as being the DP, that is not my ministry.
We ain't gonna talk about your ministry. I don't know.
Since you want to go to church and shit all the time.
Get them.
Your
not my
ministry, your ministry might be a little too deep for some of these niggas.
It might be, but that's okay.
I felt the stir up in my spirit.
You stupid.
You felt it in the Shauna now.
All right, y'all. All right, we about to go ahead. We about to go ahead and get this show started. All right, y'all know how we started off. We start off with some random topics, and then we're gonna get into tonight's topic is about black men in their healing process.
Right.
The damaged black man. We ain't gonna be talking about no good healed black man today. We're gonna talk about the damaged black man today.
Okay.
But the very first clip, you know,
Let's
Some
see what he
bullshit.
about to do. What is he
Got
about
some
to
bull.
do?
You know he got some bull BS
foolishness.
every time.
What foolishness
Look,
are we
the
getting
thing
into?
about this clip, let me tell you the thing about this clip that blows me. This is a man with his girlfriend.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind. I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna play the clip, but just remember, this is the man and his woman.
Okay.
And this is what he's gonna ask his woman to do. Just watch this.
$500 to eat a booger.
$500 to eat this booger. Bitch fat too.
We're at the mall right now.
Who cares? $500.
The 500 better be right now.
500, nigga, you gotta eat this booger.
Are you? Oh my god, it has hairs on it. I can't. I'm gonna throw up.
Eat it.
I don't think I can do it.
Eat it.
Let me see.
Eat it.
Oh.
Bitch.
I don't think I can.
And you gotta chew it.
Okay, stop saying it because it's making me sicker.
I don't think you can be sicker.
All right, just put it on this paper right here. Oh, why is it hard? Why is it like a dry fucking pork skin?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I know that. You should eat it even more. You gotta chew that bitch too.
Okay.
Did you really just eat it? Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
You ate that?
Ew.
Is it stuck in your teeth? Did you spit it out?
But
Oh my
no,
God.
I
You
chewed
didn't
it.
swallow it. No, you didn't.
I swear to look right here. I swear to God, I chewed it. I'm a bum. We have to go. We have to go.
Wow.
Okay, now let me start this by saying that either that is not his real fucking woman, or they got some really sick shit going on in their fucking relationship.
You finna make me over. I'm finna throw up on my damn self.
I'm gonna need you to warn people before
Yeah.
you that. Oh my
I
god!
almost threw up on my damn self mess with you, Russ. I can't.
No.
I quit.
No.
You talking about
Russ,
warn y'all? Didn't nobody warn me when I first saw the clip? I saw the clip and said, "God damn!" So
I
Well,
don't
Russ,
even have to see it completely to hear that shit was enough.
I had to mute y'all.
Kidding me?
okay, this is my question: what on God's green earth
Mm-mm.
That was nasty.
would make you
Okay,
tell the woman that you fucking with, "Hey,
I
yo,
can't talk about this.
Right? Can we? I
no,
don't.
no, no, listen. This is real shit. Y'all know we ain't gonna go nowhere from this shit. No, we're gonna talk about this shit. How is it? Because listen, I'm trying to tell you, I tell y'all this every week. We have our show, but there's somebody out there that does the weird, crazy shit that we do that we need to fucking talk about. So like,
Me too.
I hate you too. I hate you too, baby.
Me
I hate you
too.
fuck you too. Fuck all of y'all. Oh, I see Nate ass, black ass back there.
Thank
Hey,
you.
baby.
Hey, honey. Hey, beautiful. Thank you for rescuing us from this man.
No, y'all ain't rescue shit. I'm about to keep talking about this shit. All right,
Later.
explain to me what has to be the psyche of a person to allow someone to downgrade them on that level. Let's start there. Let me start with Nada. Nada just came in here. Nada, explain to me, or do what do you think the premise is of someone having such low self-esteem that they would allow someone to say, "Hey, I give you $500. Eat this book." Like
You
the next equivalent is, "Yo, bitch, let me piss in this cup. Let me shit on this plate and have a like." We laughed at that shit and motherfuckers roasted that the two chicks in the cup video back a few years ago. But that was, motherfuckers are really doing sick shit like this. Like, so what is it about a person that they can allow themselves to be
bless
disrespected
you.
on that level? Talk to me, Nathan.
So the key word, you said it yourself, low self-esteem. You can offer me $1 million. I'm not eating no one else's boogers. And the fact that he even dug in his nose with his bare hand, I'm pretty sure he did not wash nor sanitize his hand before he did it. And she just is dumb for doing it for $500. Bro, it better come with a Rolls Royce. It better come, but nah. But then again, I still wouldn't even do it. That's just disgusting. Like what? And then what makes it bad is that it's recorded. Like so, it's never getting off the internet. I don't care how many internet sweeps you do. It is on there forever. And even if you pay thousands of dollars to get to do an internet sweep, they still have copies on your phone. It's on, you can save your photos on and videos on Amazon Video or Photos. You can save it on Google Photos. If you have iPhone, iCloud. If you have Google, you have the Google Photos. You have an external hard drive. You can just, transfer. I'm sure you got duplicates. But like, why does everything have to be recorded? That's what I want to know. Why does every last single thing have to be recorded? What's the purpose and what's the reason? For likes? Nah. The less people that like me, the better I am, because that's just what it is.
Difference. It's a difference between, like, in my opinion, and let me know what y'all think about this. There's a difference between being recorded for personal use and being recorded for public access. Does that make sense? I've had a couple situations where I've been like, "Yo, baby, this is such a wonderful moment. I want to see this again." And I will pop out the camera now. Hey, thank you, Jesus. But I'm not hitting up none of my guys being like, "Yo, did you watch this?" You know what I mean? I'm not posting it anywhere. It's not public record. It's just something that me personally I like to do with the woman that I'm with. And plus, I don't think that I could see myself disrespecting the woman that I'm with on that level where other people could begin to see that level of disrespect. You understand what I'm saying? It's what do you feel about that, Nathan?
So on both ends, it's definitely, as you said, it was disrespectful. The fact that he would even allow his woman, who he may claim that he loved, like, why would you even want to do something like that to her? Like that is mind-boggling to me. Like, and I mean, by all means, I'm down for the recording. If the moment hits, whatever. I just pray that it don't get out, because of course, I always got a story, but that's for another time.
Thank you,
But
man. I mean, I'm about to say, please don't give us no more stories.
no. But the fact that he even like did that, like, no, no, I just cannot. That's just disrespectful on so many levels. So many levels.
All right, let me see what's next. Somebody cut your microphones down. Somebody got a microphone that's banging. It's super super loud, and it's give me some boo boo. All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go with Ida. Ida, what do you feel about this conversation? You muted, baby. We can't hear you, baby. You low as hell.
What about now?
I hear you a little bit better. Give me a little bit more.
Now?
A little bit more. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me.
Now?
Okay, now talk to me.
Okay. Yeah, it ain't enough money. I'm sorry. I can't. That's just I be done puked all over him. I was already about to puke over here in my own little section when I was like, yeah, y'all probably heard that background sound. That was me about to puke on myself. And it ain't enough love in this world for me to do that. Now, the only love that I would have, I'm gonna take this back. It wasn't because somebody had to do it, but I had to do it for my baby. My baby couldn't breathe. And that was because the baby didn't make me, but because they couldn't breathe, I had to do what we call a manual suction, because we didn't have the little thing for the baby to take it. But that's a whole different ball game. There ain't no grown man. That was mine. I could do that for mine, but grown man talking about eating his booger for 500, that'll be a no. Yeah, I almost threw up on the baby when I had to do them. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah, so you might as well go and hang that up. I love you, boo, but I don't love you that much.
Talk to me. Come on, talk to me.
More
Danny.
I'm gonna need to understand what is the purpose of him asking her to do something like that. That shit is just nasty. What kind of person are you to ask that? Like,
right.
There's only a few reasons why you would do that, and the main one is to make somebody look stupid, and that's exactly what you did. So if that is your woman, what is your purpose for asking her, not making her, because I'm sorry, but no, because nobody makes you do shit. What is your point of asking her to do that? And for her to, and if you actually thought that she was going to actually do that, is that like, oh my God. And as a mother, I have definitely done that for my kids. That is not the same.
It sure ain't.
Not the same. And on any level.
Yeah.
I just cannot, this whole thing is just, ugh. He disrespected himself by asking and doing it.
Yep.
Just cannot.
The more I'm sitting up here thinking about it, right? And I'm trying to think about it objectively without being an asshole to this, right? I'm thinking, no, listen to what I'm saying. I'm thinking that this is one of those things, because like I said, you got to think about it. If this your woman, right, and you on your social media doing this shit, your other friends and shit are going to see your woman. You feel what I'm saying? So this to me seems like a person that is he gets kicks out of embarrassing people. Like, I would not be surprised that in the relationship that there are other forms of crazy shit that comes out of his mouth, and that she is okay with. She deals with it. She rocks with it. You know what I'm saying? Because she did that shit too easy. That like it's two fucked up parts to this conversation. It's the motherfucker that asked that shit that had the audacity to even say, yo, I'm about to dig in my nose, eat this for $500. And then like
she contemplated that. She actually thought about it.
listen, when the motherfucker said, listen, she said, oh, it's hair on.
And you still contemplating.
Yes.
Bitch, what's wrong with you?
And
see, like, I don't think people, honestly think of this when they with the dating pool process nowadays. Like, you've got to fucking really understand the motherfucker that you getting with, because you may be getting yourself into some really sick shit. You might be meeting somebody that you think is, just having a quick little conversation with you, but 2 months down the road, they in the car outside the mall talking about put this fucking book in your mouth. And you so fucking stupid.
Okay.
I'm wondering, is she so stupid or was she so thirsty for the 500? What do y'all think?
I think she doesn't love herself enough. Period.
I don't think it's certain things in this life. I don't care who the fuck ask it of me. It ain't going to fuck that.
Nope.
Not at all.
I don't care if I was deeply in love with you. If you ask me some bullshit and expect me to do it,
I ain't no more.
No, because guess what? It don't mean that I don't love you. I'm just gonna make a decision for myself not to deal with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, people fall in love with motherfuckers and then they get stupid. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have a little common sense.
I think they stupid before, honestly.
I believe that shit too. I was trying to get the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to be nice on the show tonight. I'm trying not to, Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but certain bullshit you just shouldn't tolerate at all. Even from conversation to manipulation to participation, you should recognize what the fuck you did. Like, that's just it. Like, some people go through shit because they just want to go. I feel like you just so stupid that you just want to go through some dumb shit right now. I can't get that shit. Well, y'all want to get some boogers. Ain't nobody on this show giving none out. I'm just trying to let y'all motherfuckers know that right
now. No boogers. Please tell us we don't have nothing else like that because I can't take it.
Okay. Now,
if you got another one of these, if you got another one of them videos.
Oh, yeah. I'm fucking with me. Fuck with me for a little bit. Now, check this out. Now, this, y'all gonna listen.
Listen to me.
The very last sentence of this video makes the video make complete sense. Like, I trust me. Watch this one here.
What you for blood?
Attempted rape and two counts of sexual battery.
Now explain the situation for me, doggy.
All right, so I'm walking outside, and I go into this building called the Boathouse, and this bitch is sitting there filling out paperwork. She told me to sign in, so I signed in.
Now, pause. Did y'all notice that he's in jail telling a story about some shit that he did, but he's already starting off with this bitch? Just keep paying attention.
To go to the bathroom, but I went to the bathroom, went upstairs. After I went to the bathroom, forgot I was still supposed to be signed in at a time limit, and the bitch coming up there, and she's talking about you can't be in here and stuff like that. And so she was telling me I can't be in there. I got pissed off. I ran up on her, grabbed her, threw her to the ground.
How you do it?
I just came. She was like standing sideways, and I came up and grabbed like that and threw her to the ground. And then I was sitting there choking her because she was pissing me off and I was drunk. I was choking her and she pretended to pass out. I didn't know she pretended to pass out, though she did pass out. So I was about to get off the top of her, but I didn't get off the top of her just yet. I just humped her, and then
I
just humped her.
You was humping her?
No, I didn't.
You was humping her?
Yeah, I just humped her one time. My hips went up once and went down once.
What that tattoo over there mean, dog?
That's just
diamond.
That's just diamond.
UFC arena. Alright, but so what happened after that?
Yeah, she pretended to pass out. Thought she did pass out, and so I looked down at her and I humped her, and then somebody came up to the door.
So what's up with your other shit, my nigga?
What happened when somebody came to the door?
Rape shit.
When people came to the door, I seen him over there, so I was like, shit, and hopped up top of her. And then she took off running out the hallway, or out the gym.
The police came.
And the police came after that.
You know he finna fuck you up, blood.
They ended that just right. You know we finna fuck you up, blood. Because I'm really trying to get a better understanding, right? I'm trying to get a better understanding of people that are that just do fucked up shit. And I'm trying to get a better understanding of people that are really, really sick, like really need some fucking help, right? After watching the Jeffrey Dahmer shit, one thing that sort of ain't cracked me up, but one thing when they was doing the trial, and remember that scene where the one woman was running and launching at Jeffrey? She was like, "You
I
mother."
did not see that movie. I will not. I will
No,
not.
but no,
watch
this was a lot. No, this was an
They
actual
were showing
scene,
it as
though,
a
that happened in the
preview.
court. You
Right.
know, this was
I remember when that was, and I know how old I was when that happened.
okay.
That's not
but
some shit that I like to have in my.
listen what I'm
Sorry.
saying. The thing about Jeffrey that spooked the shit out of me, that when motherfuckers was like launching at him, this nigga didn't move. He didn't even have
He
a
didn't
fucking
flinch.
reaction. He didn't have a fucking reaction. And the motherfucker that was coming at him was like extra, extra violent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see this motherfucker on the street, you know it's on. You know what I mean? The police is coming to grab, and this nigga just sat there. And he didn't move until his lawyer said, "Come on, let's get ready to do something." Then he looked over to the lawyer and but he didn't fucking have any emotion to that. While this little dude was telling this story, as fucked up as it was, the lack of emotion about what he was saying and referring to her as a bitch and all that shit, and not even thinking about, nigga, you in jail. Nigga, that's one thing niggas know from just being on the street, that rapists and shit, they get their ass fucked up in jail. They don't like nobody fucking with no what, because niggas in jail think about, that could be my sister, that could be my mother, that could be a family member. So that crime in jail is really taken harshly. So for this motherfucker to be sitting in a room and niggas then put the camera out on you, and you just breaking down your case and shit.
You didn't see that young man was scared?
Yeah, I saw. No, listen what I'm saying. I saw a little fear.
A little.
Listen what I'm saying. I saw the fear. I'm not neglecting the fact that there was no fear there, but he just spoke about the shit too randomly. You understand what I'm saying? Most motherfuckers that have fear, they try to talk themselves out of the conversation. He was more like, this bitch was, and I walked upstairs and this little bitch right here. Like, so that's not a logical fucking thought process to me.
I think we kind of heard that from two different perspectives.
Okay, how did you hear?
What I heard was a young man that did something and was explaining it in a way that he thought would get him some cred.
Oh no.
He was scared for his life. He knew. That's why at the end when he said, about to fuck you up, he knew. I saw a scared person who was just saying something and calling the chick a bitch and thinking that if I say these things, they're going to feel like I'm one of them and they may may spare me. I even think he might be slightly autistic while you bullshitting.
That's what I was saying. I think something ain't right with him.
But being autistic, that doesn't mean that something's not right with you. It's just different.
Okay. I'm not familiar with it, so I can't speak to autism. You know what I mean? I can't.
Right. I know about that. We not about. But I'm not letting that happen. But what I will say is, I did not see a person bragging. I saw a person trying to tell a story to get somebody to believe me and like me enough to spare me. What he did was absolutely fucked up. but I saw a scared person trying to tell a story to some people who might be able to relate to me. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm gonna say this, and hopefully they like me and they'll spare my life, because if they don't, if I don't come across the way I need to, these motherfuckers gonna kill me. That's what I saw.
What you see, Nada?
What I saw was a scared little boy. That is what I saw. As I was listening to him talk, you heard all he kept saying was, I humped her. I went up and then I went down. When a person is bragging about what they've done, they get very explicit with what they are doing. They go into details about, how he, slammed her down and took a panty. I mean, they're very explicit and is very detailed about what they've done. And for him, he was just, I can't say nonchalant, but he was just very vague. Like, I humped her. And he said that a couple of times. But, and then what kind of threw me was he said, I went up and then I went down. And I was just like, okay, we all know the definition of humping. We get that. But he didn't go into details. And you could see on his face that he knew that he was about to get jacked up. You just saw it in his face. And you can kind of see him with his hands, the movement of his hands and the tension. He just kind of just stood there. He was just very like stiff. And the hand movement, he was just like, okay, he's at a stance where he doesn't know what's getting ready to happen to him. But there is something psychologically going wrong with him. It's something.
I just got a problem with niggas that do shit and in the moment they tough as fuck. But when when somebody in their
not
ass
tough at all. There was
no. I'm talking about he was tough when he did the rape. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really think he was really, what he explained might have been close to what happened. But I don't think that what he explained is what actually happened. He was telling a story to make them like him. If I tell them a story and I talk this way and I do this, then maybe they'll like me and they'll spare my life because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's why the way he answered and the way he was looking and how he was not even giving eye contact, that's one of the things that made me say he might be slightly autistic. He might be on the spectrum. And if that's the case, then what happened in the course of events of what happened, I got too many questions to even give an opinion about that.
Eda, what you got to say?
I kind of agree with both my sisters, and like you said, like what D said, he's trying to fit in, but he looked a little scared. But I'm still trying to figure out. I only humped her once. I'm still trying to figure that one out. I only hunched her once, and I'm like, well, how did you end up in the same bathroom? Like, what? I was sitting here straining, like, what? You ended up in the bathroom. You strangled her. I almost
see. That's what I'm talking about when I said he had a different energy when he was doing what he was doing.
And then he strangled her and didn't realize. And I'm like, I'm a little confused. Is he on something? Or he didn't take his meds? He might be bipolar, schizophrenic. I don't know.
A lot of different things.
A lot of people with bipolar and schizophrenia sound like that. And they do sound like they're artistic. And they do have that disassociation. They with reality and with the real world. And it's like, I'm trying to fit in, but I don't want to be in this world. I want to be back in my world. And they don't know how to put them together. They don't know which one they're in. They don't know if they're reality or they're disillusional. And working with patients that are psychotic like that, yeah, he won't just him trying to fit in too. He was not of this world.
It's not an excuse, Russ. I understand exactly what you're saying, and you are very much so correct.
He ain't.
You are right. I have to validate what you're saying. Absolutely, because there are those that actually do that.
Oh,
that young man, I don't see that.
You don't see what?
I don't see him be that young man that was talking. he was trying to create something to get someone to like him, to get them to
Right.
like him.
I don't see it.
necessarily think that
I
it
don't
was
think he was
He
trying
was
to
trying
get
to
you to like
create
him. I think he was trying to
a
find some
narrative.
sympathy. I feel like he was trying to find some sympathy. Because, like, listen.
Mm-mm.
Okay, listen.
You know there.
Like, okay. What I'm sitting up here thinking about is, have you ever watched one of them clips where a nigga, you know, they had the motherfuckers, they get their jail sentence and then they start breaking down crying, but you know, they now they a bitch. But you wasn't a bitch when you was out here killing 14 motherfuckers and shit. You wasn't a bitch when you was breaking them motherfuckers' cribs and shit. But now you want to be a bitch.
I
You
feel
feel what
that. Yes, I do.
You feel what I mean? That's
do.
that's what I saw from a male perspective. Wait a minute, from a male, this is what I saw. I heard what y'all saw. But what I saw was a motherfucker that recognized that situation was about to go bad, and he was trying to save ass. That's what he was trying to do. Because you was in jail already. Niggas in jail know what the jail scene is like. The second you go in that motherfucker, you know that niggas that fuck with boys and do certain shit, niggas, they talking about your ass when you walking down that motherfucker. The word in jail spreads like a motherfucker. So by the time they got his ass in that room, he knew he was in trouble. Yes, I agree. He had some fear in his shit. But he was trying to spin a different conversation because he knew that ass whooping was coming. But he was trying, you know, the calmness of it all, it just burns the fuck out. Regardless of whether he was trying to pull a crime or whether he was sick. It burns the fuck out of me to know that a motherfucker could do that shit to anyone. Because guess what? I gotta do it. I got sisters. I got a fucking mom. And if that shit happened to any one of them, my cousins included, I'm not gonna give a fuck about if he was mentally in his right mind to take whatever the fuck I might want to give him at that time. I'm going to the next clip. Hey, check this one out.
All right, we head to Florida now, where new video released by police shows a different side of Florida's voter fraud charges. We're talking about confusion.
Voter fraud? I voted, but I ain't committing a fraud. Voter fraud? What is voter fraud?
Voting when you're not supposed to, sir, is what our understanding of the law is. Because of your sex offender status, you're not supposed to be voting.
Okay, back in August, 19 people were arrested on voter fraud charges. All were felons who were not eligible to vote. But this video suggests at least some of the arrested were told they were eligible, all because of an amendment to Florida's laws allowing most convicted felons to vote after completing their sentence. NewsNation senior national correspondent Brian Enton joins us live. So, seems a little confusing, Brian. Who's right here?
Yeah, it's interesting, Nicole. You know, we have known about these arrests since August, but this is our very first time seeing this body camera video. And the suspects certainly appear to be shocked when the police show up and say they're going to jail.
I guess you have a warrant?
For what?
I'm not sure.
For voter stuff, man.
Police body cam video obtained by the Tampa Bay Times shows Floridians being arrested for voter fraud.
So unfortunately, right now, we're going to have to take you to jail.
What are they doing this to me? Voter fraud. What is voter fraud?
Voting when you're not supposed to, sir, is what our understanding of the law is. Because of your sex offender status, you're not supposed to be voting.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' new Office of Election Crimes and Security arrested 19 people back in August.
I'm like, voter fraud? I voted, but I ain't committing no fraud.
Well, so that's the thing. I don't know exactly what happened with it, but you do have a warrant. That's what it's for. Okay.
Oh, my God.
The 19 people arrested are accused of voting illegally in the 2020 election because they had previously been convicted of murder or sex offenses, according to the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. While Florida constitutional amendment restored some felons' rights to vote in Florida, it did not include that group.
They did not go through any process. They did not get their rights restored, and yet they went ahead and voted anyways. That is against the law, and now they're going to pay the price for it.
Some of the suspects seemed confused during their arrests, claiming voting groups encouraged them to register to vote.
He says, hey, are you ready to vote? I said, no, I'm a convicted felon. I'm pretty sure I can't. And he goes, well, are you still on probation? I said, no. I got off probation like a month ago. He goes, well, then you can probably vote. Hey, just fill out the form.
Why would y'all let me vote if I wasn't able to vote?
I'm not sure, buddy. I don't know.
And then why now? This happened years ago.
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting and where the gray area is. According to Florida state law, these voters had to willfully commit the crime. And it's possible that they did not, according to their attorneys, because there were these very aggressive voting mailers and groups going door to door telling felons that they were now allowed to vote. So is it possible that those suspects didn't know they were actually breaking the law? Prosecutors are looking into it. Ultimately, it will be up to the prosecutors to decide whether the cases move forward.
Okay. Y'all know what this is, right? Do y'all know what this is? They already getting ready. They getting ready to stop niggas from voting. They trying to scare motherfuckers from not even wanting to go to the fucking polls and do shit. They are really trying. Listen, man. Oh my God. That is a fucked up law. This is what let me ask you a question. If a person goes to jail, right?
Yeah.
And they do the time that they were committed to do, shouldn't that person have the right to come out and vote?
Yeah.
Like real shit. Like if you are a person that, because oh my God, most people that come out of jail that they don't live in great areas, right? They don't get the privilege to live in great areas, right?
Oh, no.
They have to live where they're assigned to go. Like we talked about that halfway house shit last week and shit. So they are assigned to go somewhere, right?
Mhm.
And then after they're being progressed into this ill community where they gotta fight motherfucking dope and all this other shit, if they make that and they beat their parole process, they don't have a right to vote about things that they have to do. Do they have to stop paying taxes?
No, they still pay taxes.
So how much of that makes sense in all? Like, talk to me, Nada.
Okay, so I feel as like this. Okay, this is how I feel, and I'm just gonna be upfront and honest. I feel like, like as you said, Russ, like if you have paid your time, you have served, did what you had to do, you've gone through your parole, and if you're on probation, if you've gone through all of that, you're off probation. I believe that you should be able to vote. I mean, you are now back out in society. You're back out in civilization, basically. So why not, reinstate that option to become, a registered voter again?
Okay. Talk to me, Ida.
My thing of it is, you gonna make me pay taxes. I should be able to vote on where my tax money going. But I've had I got a couple of cousins and family members that have felonies that have that issue. So but they still make them pay taxes. They working on their own business, but what they do, they get taxed the heck out of them. But they can't do what they want to do, which is not fair. They've served their time. They did whatever they did. They're being back in the community. They're giving back to the community, but still, they can't get what they want.
Danny, what you think about that?
I think all this shit is stupid. That's it.
Hey, stay your black ass.
I mean, think about it. This shit is stupid.
Yeah.
For real. If you have an understanding of who runs the government, then all of this shit is stupid. They tell you they say the loud parts, the quiet parts loud. Like for real, they've told you. It's been out there. They telling you that they're lying to you. They're telling you that this is what they're doing, and then telling you, no, we're not doing that. Then they tell you that, oh, we're gonna do this, and then they don't do it. It's government. First of all, shit's not for us. And until we start to actually understand what's actually happening, yeah, this shit locally needs to change. And I think we get so caught up in the okay, so we need to vote for this person who's federal and all of this shit. What
You need
about
to vote for your alderman.
Thank you.
Most niggas have never voted for their alderman.
Now, I think the part that they told us the trickle down effect is that rich people will make poor people wealthy. It's a trickle up effect. You deal with what's happening in your city, in your county, then that goes to, well, actually, shit, your subdivision. Damn it. Then you go start going out everywhere else. These people are doing what they're doing. This our society is teaching fear. Can you not see it?
Yeah.
Everybody be afraid of this. Oh, the boogeyman is going to get you. Can you not see that?
One thing my grandma one thing that my grandmother will always say, and it makes perfect sense now that I'm older. She will always say, the rich will always get richer and the poor will always stay poor. It took me some years to really realize it, but now after, everything that has happened with, COVID and the presidential election and, this whole pandemic and the epidemic, I mean, it makes sense. It really makes sense, because if you think about it, during this whole pandemic, the rich got richer, right?
They sold you a dream.
Exactly.
Or they sold you a nightmare. Or they sold you a nightmare.
They're supposed to package it up really nice, put a pretty little sparkly bow on. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're supposed to do, is package it up nicely.
And we let them.
Well, I don't know, man. It's like we are so far back that it's sort of hard to even see, because like I'm looking for this clip, and it's supposed to be the most racist town in America, right? And we got guys out here nowadays, and they go do these little comedy spoofs and shit like that, right?
You talking
And
about
that's
sundown towns?
No, his name is Pooh Diddy, Pootie or
No,
something
you
like
talking about, when I said the cities, you're talking about the sundown towns, the racist cities. They're sundown towns.
Yeah. This is one of them. And when I tell y'all, man, the way that this motherfucker was talking to this man, and the dude just trying to, be funny, like, yeah, what do you think about this latest rapper and shit? He's like, I don't fuck with no rappers. He an old motherfucker. He's like, so if I was the one to move next to you, would you want me to move next to you? This motherfucker was like, no. I'm like, we don't recognize that people think like that. Some people just choose to not say what they feel. And what just fucked me up about dude was he just said what the fuck he felt. He didn't give a fuck that it was a black dude in front of him trying to do trying to do a comedy spoof and trying to be funny and be like, this is what the dude, I feel like the black dude was doing. He's like, well, I'm that nigga that's gonna go to this racist ass town and I'm gonna put on some shit and I'm gonna walk through the town and I want to see what these niggas gonna do with me. But the disrespect that the white dude gave him, and it was so calm. It wasn't like, you nigga or nothing like that, but he was just, he was just telling them like, no, nigga. He was like, I don't understand y'all shit. He's like, I don't want to move to no motherfucking LA. He's like, I don't want to move to no fucking Chicago. He's like, I don't want to move to no areas where them niggas is at. That's basically, oh my God. I'm waiting for it to download. This got about 40 seconds. I promise y'all. When y'all see this fucking clip.
You want to know what I say to that? Do you want to know what I say to that?
What you say to that?
Okay. That's supposed to hurt me? Am I supposed to want you to come?
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Red carpet for you?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are a lot more people out here like him, but we put them in office. We put them in office
because they do some shit like Biden did and said, if you don't vote for me, you not black, and you bought that shit, and you bought it because you didn't want someone else.
Understand what I'm saying?
Because you didn't do your own research on what else.
We don't. Listen, all right, it just downloaded, and I'm about to upload the clip. Hold on 1 second. And I'm telling y'all, when y'all see this shit, y'all gonna be like, oh hell no, this like, I know not a person on this show would have been able to do this clip. And I'm trying to let me fast forward it to when he actually gets to this conversation with this guy, because I'm telling it just, not too many things shock me. But it shocked me at how racist this person was in real time. All right, here we go.
Nigga. Bro. Nah, dog. Hey, get your phone out, nigga. Yeah, bro. Let's fucking turn around, bro. This is a dirt road town, bro. Where are the hanky pods? Should I talk to that dude over there? The dude? Yeah. What should I say?
I have lived here all my life. When Tom Robinette moved in here, it took me 9 years to know what he was. And I found that out on TV when they was trying to make trouble with him. They just said the leader, the Grand Wizard of the KKK, lives in Zinc.
Act black.
My area of expertise is not black people, it's white people.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Take a guess.
Some fella in sunglasses.
What do you think he do for like living? If you had to flip a coin and it was like $1 billion if you get it right and no dollars if you get it wrong, would you say that he does country music? But like, what about it is like, oh, like he's definitely not a country singer.
I just can't see him in a pair of bib overalls with a banjo.
His name was Chief Keef. He from 0600 block. You ever heard of Chirac?
See, we live in a modern world where our former white nations can't be white nations anymore. Any white neighborhoods can't be exclusively white anymore. I got enough problems around white people.
Right.
They're not perfect.
Now imagine they were the same thing but had melanin in them. Holy fuck, right? You wouldn't want me as your neighbor?
No.
Have you ever heard of the Kodak Bop?
Nope.
I got a 4.5, the bitch got extra kid. Pop it on the blitz.
I think I seen something like that on a comedy show.
Right. Am I your favorite black guy you ever met?
No.
Is there any African American in this world that you like more than a white person?
Depends on both.
Me or this white rock right here? Be honest. Don't lie to me.
The rock, it serves a purpose. There's a lot of those little white rocks. We got a road.
What if I move next door?
Well, there's nothing I can legally do about it.
Have you ever slept with a black girl?
No.
Keep it a buck. You ever like, would you ever sleep with a black girl?
No.
What's your type, by the way?
I don't have a type.
Like, what about it?
To start with, I don't do that.
Dre Michelle.
No.
Would you let her sit on your face though? Like,
no.
You've never been like down bad 2 a.m. You damn near about to explode and it's like, damn. You wouldn't even just let like Megan Thee Stallion like low key like
No.
sit on you?
No. I don't indiscriminately chase everything.
What do you usually chase? I usually chase a bag. Who's your favorite black icon? Rondo number 9?
Never heard of it.
$500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z?
$500,000.
Why?
It's worth something.
Labor Day or Black History Month?
Labor Day.
If it was up to you, would you want all black people gone?
I wouldn't want to be around them.
If you was to go to LA, who would you check in with?
I would not go to LA.
You wouldn't be over there in like Slauson and like Crenshaw? Would you ever go to the Bronx?
I wouldn't go back to any part of New York.
Thoughts on Bronx drill rap?
None. I like classical music.
Swerve just saw my op. He really bopping his ass, get flopped. Look.
Trash.
You wouldn't go to like a concert with it or nothing?
No. Oh, hell no. I'm out of my element.
Wheezy F baby, and the F is for phenomenal.
Okay, if he says so.
Who do you think was the best president in the last 20 years?
Obama.
Wow, really?
He made everything racial overnight.
Oh shit, that took a motherfucking turn. So you said Obama because you like that he made it racial?
Oh yeah.
So would you consider Obama the GOAT?
GOAT?
The greatest of all time?
No.
Do you think Obama did something that Tom Robb can't?
Well,
come on now.
I don't like any president we've had in my lifetime.
You don't like Trump?
No.
Fuck, so I'm not like low-key like dripping at all?
He didn't pardon the January 6th people that were his people, but he did pardon a lot of rich people.
He did pardon Kodak Black, and Kodak Black do be putting on for Broward.
I don't like a traitor.
Who was the greatest basketball player of all time?
I have no idea.
Just say Larry Bird, he's white. Just say, fuck it. Who's the greatest rapper of all time? Come on, it starts
not
with
a
E.
clue.
It's your favorite candy, Eminem?
Never. I'm out of my element.
Who is this?
Nigga don't give a fuck about none of that. You bitch ass niggas be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Bitch ass nigga, and you caught the kid and left in the hole and left another nigga fanning in the blind.
Don't have a clue. Nope.
His name is Famous Dex. You ever heard of him?
Nope.
Do I look stupid? Be honest.
Yeah, Dexter.
You done showed me a dance move.
Right.
Let me show you one of my moves.
I ain't gonna lie. Hold up, nigga. What the fuck was that?
You are muted.
This the issue that I got with my guy, right? He's trying to be a live streamer, and you trying to be funny.
It is.
But you cooning in front of a nigga that would, if that camera was off, he would fucking kill you. He's telling you that
I shit about what he was talking about.
every answer he gave was saying, no, I don't fuck with you. And he was doing like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know. In that old white man's mind, he did the show just to show motherfucking niggas like, yo, this a nigga, I'ma disrespect the fuck out this nigga on his shit. And this nigga was so stupid that he's just sitting up there dancing and cooning and shit. Didn't even recognize that his ass could not have made it off that dirt gravel road that this motherfucker said was better than him. This nigga said that a fucking piece of gravel, white gravel, because it was white gravel, was better than him. And you sitting out there playing and shit. Man. God, what they say, God loves what? Babies and fools?
Babies and fools.
That's what
Because
y'all
that
say.
nigga's a fool. That nigga's a fool. Listen, this is what cracked me up. The video starts off with him standing in front of a sign saying white supremacy. And it's on the road. You know what I'm saying? No, I ain't playing around like that. I had to take somebody to do a fucking photo shoot out in fucking some part of Indiana, right? Nigga, when I got the fuck up out there, the only thing that made me feel good because it was an NCAA tournament going on down there, so I wasn't the only black motherfucker there. But every black motherfucker that was there wasn't from around there. They had fucking signs. Like in the hood, you don't see no fucking signs about no fully automatic weapons, do you? You don't see none of that shit, right? Right down the fucking street, you see a big ass sign saying, yeah, we got guns. I said, oh no. That's a sign to niggas if you don't know it or not.
Right.
You can't ride through that neighborhood and think the shit's gonna be cool. You might be able to just ride past and stop off at the McDonald's or some shit and get you some shit and keep moving and going through the drive-through. But no, that's not a place you want to go to the bar and go hang out and say, hey, we out here tonight. Let's go kick it tonight. No, it's not that. And you want to take your dumb ass out there and fuck with them like that? Man, my cousin said it straight. He's straight up cooning. Thank you, Alex. You said that shit just right. He's straight up cooning. And this is what kills me. We got niggas cooning and ain't a white person around. We got niggas that coon on a daily basis. Every time that they walk on the block, they cooning. They don't view it as cooning. When you running through the hood, being a menace to your society, you cooning. You being a straight coon. And I hate to be the one to say that. And if I offend you, I hope I did. Because that should make you feel some type of way if you walking around your own people and you're acting the way that white man was talking about you. And you acting like that nigga that was in front of that white man. Because if you got a respectable grandmother or a mother, you gonna coon like that in front of her? Talk to me, Nada.
So I didn't recognize 90% of them rappers that he named. I myself listen to classical music, so that's about one thing I agree with Homeboy. I listen. I'm just saying. I'm not in. I don't do rap like that. I only do old school. That's it. So, but what he did say when he talked about who was his favorite president, Obama. I mean, I do slightly agree with him. It did kind of bring out, some racism, and then it just kind of added to it when Trump came along. The insurrection of January 9th was just a little bit ridiculous, and I believe I'm trying to choose my words wisely here. I do believe that Trump had everything to do with it. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. The fact that he would even go in that territory, I'm not willing to risk nothing. I'm too cute to be, to be hung and, to be shot at. I mean, granted, I got good insurance. I do. I got great insurance. Listen, I got very good insurance. But I'm not willing to take off of work, stay in the hospital with bullet holes in my ass. Absolutely not. My body, I'm not willing to risk all this precious body. Okay, I'm just not gonna do it. For him to prove a point, you could prove a point another way.
Exactly.
You could talk about the town, you could talk about the population, you could talk about, the racism, you could talk about the education, you could talk about the healthcare. I mean, Homeboy was missing some teeth, so I know his breath wasn't right. So I mean, there's so many things you could talk about. There's
Man, listen, that white boy, listen, that white motherfucker jumped down there and did his motherfucking push up with the cigarette in his mouth.
I mean,
wait a minute, that motherfucker was well, let me. He's like, you out here shooking and jiving. Can you get down and do this, motherfucker?
Well, my kneecaps probably not. But
listen, that's a bad listen. That was a bad sign right there. Because I said, listen, oh man, he down here with a white motherfucker that probably drinks moonshine. He probably gets fucked up. He's used to having a couple. That's why a couple of them teeth missing. He's used to being hit.
No, he probably don't mind like tobacco.
That's one of them white motherfuckers that don't mind rumbling with a nigga. He don't mind it. Like some niggas, some white motherfuckers, they'll talk that shit, but they don't want to. Oh,
like I said, I'm not gonna risk all this precious body for nobody. I'm just not gonna do it. Period.
See, like this what people don't understand. This what people don't understand. In places like that, you become a trophy. Because guess what? If a nigga, if Bob would have killed his ass, and
he would have been hanging over the fireplace with that deer,
and Chuck would have known about it across the street, they would have fucking went and got them a 6-pack of motherfucking Budweiser, got them some snuff, put it in their lip, and sat there and cooked that motherfucker.
I know some black people who would do it. So I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. If we're gonna talk about it, let's keep it real. There are some black people who act just like this white man. I'm just saying. You can disagree with me until the cows come home, but there are black people who act just, if not like that, but worse than he does.
Yeah, Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, come on, Eda.
Boondock, you talking about them boondocks? All right, there.
Yeah,
Because he was ruthless. He didn't care. He talking about because he didn't think he was black anyways. But no, but you're right. They do. They will have you sitting up there on the mantelpiece with your teeth and all. You be like y'all seen Pookie and them. Man, we ain't seen them since they went out of town and they ain't never come back. Pookie sitting down and Billy Bob and them under down under like they fallout shelter on the mantle. Like you see that coon up there, I done skinned him and everything.
That's my nigga.
Like you said, that's that trophy. That is that showing up a trophy. That's why, and he's even here. And it's sad that here in 2022, we here in 2022, and racism is even more prevalent. It never left. People's like racism been over. No, racism has always been there. It's just now that you had a president that was allowed you to speak it more blatantly out in person, that they don't care no more. Like, oh, I ain't got to hide this no more. I can talk about this and walk down the street in front of them and talk about them in their face. Because even here in North Carolina, when we say sundown towns, we got 5 of them.
Do you remember?
Rocky Mount is the headquarters for the KKK. That's only an hour 15 minutes. What?
Quick question, Ada. Do you remember when Trump was running and when they was having the last election, and they had motherfuckers out there in white neighborhoods on the news, and they had fucking like Humvees and shit, like little, and they was out there riding around talking about, oh, we're ready if Trump doesn't become president again. Like I'm like, oh shit.
And that was here too, because we even had an issue here in North Carolina where they had to call in the National Guard.
Now check this out.
We had to have military come in to guard those that were going to vote, because they even said and threatened a lot of blacks here that said, if you go vote, you will die. They had death threats for a lot of the black senators and different things here, congressmen and all of that. If your family go vote, your family will be killed. And right here in Rocky Mount is, like I said, the headquarters for the KKK.
Man.
And that's where it's like Rocky Mount, you don't go on certain sides of the town. And it used to be here in Durham, you didn't cross over certain parts of the track.
Look, listen, I went to North Carolina, Winston, North Carolina. And I went to the store to go get me a badass habit. I went to go get me a cigarette, right? So I went to the store, and while I'm waiting in line, I'm listening to this older white man talk to this younger black man, and he was calling them boy.
Yep.
Now, I'm from Chicago. I'm not used to hearing no white man. I done heard it in the movies. But I had never heard it myself. So I'm sitting there behind this motherfucker just praying to God that he just calls me a boy. I just, like I was just, the nigga in me was just like, but guess what? Like, I'm so glad that the nigga in me didn't jump out, because I wasn't in the hood where I'm used to. I'm not, this wasn't in an area where if I fucked him up, it'd be cool. This is an area, if they, like this is the shit I found out about down south. There are areas that a nigga could kill you and throw you, and nobody finds you.
Nope.
And niggas can be driving right down the fucking lane, right down the avenue or the street,
and they don't see
because there are so many cornfields and all that bullshit that's out there.
Throw
your ass over some fucking way. And I thought about that driving through this little hick town. I'm like, man, oh, now I know I'm a nigga, and I know I can talk my shit, but I know that this ain't the place for me to pull that shit in.
But Russ, the sad part about it is when you have your own family members, like my grandfather's originally from Chatham County. That's Pittsburgh and Solid City. Where when I went down there, because who I am, my mom has always taught me, you hold your head up. You don't look down for nobody. My cousins and them was like, you don't look no white person in the eye. And I looked at them, I said, I got just as many rights as they do. Then you don't tell me I don't look down. My mama taught me you hold your head up. But still to that day, I was like maybe 12, 13. And they was like, you don't look them in the eye. And I'm looking like, we're not in slavery days. We're not back in 1920.
But yeah, it's 1920 in that area though. You understand what I'm saying?
And and even to this day, 2022, some of them still don't look a white man in their eyes. You don't look at a white person in their eyes. Oh man, they one of them couples is interracial. Oh, the sheriff pulls them every time. And always give them flack about it, and always goes and has some kind of stuff with it. I'm like, our family's interracial because we got black, white, polka dot, everything all, and we just got a melting pot of stuff. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, this is really still happening? He's like, yeah, I get pulled every time.
That's great.
Sheriff don't like him.
Talk to me, Danny. What do you feel about this particular conversation?
Of course, I'm gonna be, on a different side of it because of what I see. I'm a human behavior specialist, so that's what I do. That white man there had no clue what that young man was talking about. So already at that point, anything that young man did was going to be cooning, because what he was looking to do was make this man look bad. This man don't know what you're talking about. So for those people who don't know that this man don't know what the fuck you're talking about, he's gonna look ignorant as fuck.
He didn't even know who Martin Luther King was, so you definitely know.
That right there was my precursor.
Yep. Well, he said just a black man with sunglasses. I fell out laughing. That man
got gray hair on his head, so therefore that tells me that. And
that's old racism.
So for him to say that he didn't even know who Martin Luther King was, conversation was over. For me.
Done.
It was over. Anything that you did after that man said, I don't know who Martin Luther King was, for the fact that the man is the age that he is, and he don't know who he is, why it needed to stop at that point. So everything else beyond that is really null and void.
So listen, we're talking about broken black folks, right? Broken black men in general right now, because that's what we're gonna go with tonight.
I was getting there.
Yeah. No, I'm saying because that's where we're getting ready to go with the full show. So go ahead.
You know what? You get on my nerves. I'm telling you this right now, live on air.
Thank you.
You get on my nerves.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Say it again.
You know why I'm telling you, you get on my nerves.
I appreciate everything, but I can't wait.
Yeah, so let's go. Let's go into the show.
Danny's Window's coming very soon, y'all. She's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I'm coming, damn
it. Hey, check this out. Now, we having this discussion about like that last clip, and what I want to iterate is, and I believe this is where Danny was going to. That is a sign of a broken black man. That is a sign of a man that has no self-esteem, no self-worth, but finds worth in things that are not worth. Now check this out. I saw this clip. It's funny how I keep coming across this nigga Steve Harvey on shit, and I don't agree with everything that Steve does. But I saw this one particular clip. This was not his show, but he was talking about the black man. Listen to this clip and let me know what you guys think about this.
I was in Ghana. We came to Ghana a week ago to commemorate the 400 years the first slave ship left. It was the second worst day of my life. The worst day of my life, my mama died. I never really fully got over that. But standing in them dungeons, where they took us from, where they stripped us of our heritage, of our land, of our lineage, that we were kings, chiefs, queens, landowners. They took us from here. When I stood in that castle, I couldn't even stand up. See, for us to come to Africa, you don't know. See, you live here. You've been home your whole life. You here. When we come here, it's like coming home to a place you've never been. That's what African Americans feel when we come here. I don't know who, but when I stood in that slave dungeon, one of my ancestors was there. He climbed on. And I fell. I couldn't even stand up because one of my ancestors was in that room. Man, see, then we went to the second castle. I didn't have that feeling. I was just angry at what they did to us. How dare you create such an evil scheme to strip people of who they are and take us to this land far away where we were hated even more. And then we go over here and we build a nation. We built America. There are families today in America still benefiting from the billions of dollars from the slave trade. They opened up canneries, tobacco fields, they opened up ketchup companies, they opened up dealerships with the money that their ancestors made off of slavery. And this country still benefits. The great America, which I was born in, still benefits from the slave trade. This atrocity lasted 400 years. 400 years. Some of us, African Americans, are the first ones to ever set foot of where we from. You and I are the same. When I'm walking around Botswana, I ain't no stranger. Y'all mine, I'm yours. I'm black like you. I'm African. See, you don't understand. I'm 62 years old. I know you can't believe it. I'm so fly. I'm so fresh and clean. I'm so dope. I drip. You understand? I'm with it. I'm the flyest 62-year-old on the planet. Outkast wrote a song about me. Ain't nobody dope as me, I'm just so fresh and clean. That was about Steve Harvey. Huh? I've been around long enough. I was born in 1957 when we was niggas. I lived until they started calling us colored. I lived until they called us Negroes. I lived until they called us black. And we finally understood that we Africans. So now in America, you have to identify us as African Americans. I've been through the whole gamut. You can't tell me nothing about this here. You know how hard we fought to identify with you? So we got to start embracing one another. We need to come here and feel you. We need to come here and embellish you. We need to come here and teach you what we learned. Now, America's a land of opportunity, if you want it, but it has its problems for us. When we get pulled over by the police, we can get killed. Slavery over, apartheid over, the residue is still there. We go into a store with a hoodie on, we walk down the street with a hoodie on, Trayvon Martin, they kill us, they get off, they go home. The man selling cigarettes in New York, police chokes him to death, kills him, he go back to work. Philippe up in Minnesota, stopped by the police on Facebook Live. Watch him shoot the black man. The girl said, "Why did you shoot him?" He said, "I don't know." He free. The police that beat Rodney King to death, to a pulp, they free. Huh? That's why we say, hold up. African American. And as successful as I've been over there, as wonderful as I've created life for my family, I want nothing more than to come home. Nothing means more to me than to come home. You've been on my vision board for 7 years. Africa has been on my vision board.
That is the show. Good night, everybody. I'll see y'all next week. That is literally the show. I'm not joking. Like,
Thank you. God bless and good night.
listen, but if you think, like, really think about it, you know, it had me in a mind frame of, you know, just thinking about what happened during slavery. You know, you had the masters, white and black, you know, and people don't realize that there were black slave owners, you know.
Yeah.
It happened. You know, they raped both men and women. Like, just the thought of taking someone out of their homeland, selling them for cheap, and working them literally to their nubs.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I am very thankful that I was born when I was born, because I wouldn't have survived it. I believe that I would not have survived the torture, the raping of, you know, not only myself, but of my family. Being torn away from your family is one thing, but seeing your family go through the beatings and the suffering, that's something totally different. I live about an hour or so away from my mama. And if I hit my knee on something on the corner of anything, I'm calling, Mama, what you doing this weekend? Like, I'm gonna need you to take care of your baby. Like, and sometimes don't nothing be wrong. I just want my mama. But to be taken away from your family, that's a lot to deal with. I mean, Steve Harvey had me in my feels. That's just, Africa's really has never been on my bucket list of places to go. If I were to go, I would just want to go shopping. That's, you know, that's just me. But just to think about, you know, the white people taking, you know, our ancestors from their homes and from their families, that's bothersome to me. It's very bothersome.
You're muted.
What do you think about that, Ida?
It's like I say, a testament for life in general. Because they do, and even then, when slave trade was, it wasn't just, the sad part about it was you had other tribal Africans that sold the bigger ones into slavery. People don't realize it's all the white man just came and took them. No, you had tribes that were some of the smaller forms of body type of Africans that helped sell them and catch the bigger ones so they can use them, and so they can go over and say, well, we don't need the little pure ones, but we'll give you this if you help us catch them. And that was the thing, that it was like, you know, even to this day, you have some Africans now that feel like Americans are not worthy to even be there or come over there or say anything if you're not able to help them in so many ways. I've dealt with so many ones and so many different things, but I've had some that are like, no, we are equals. We are family. We are love. We are one. But you got so many of them that feel like, I'm above you. You're not worth this. You are dumb American. And that's what the thing is, like, it's your own racism within your own race. It's not just whites. You have racism within your own race. your own race is saying you don't talk black enough, you talk too white, you this too light, you not dark enough, you too light, and it's all of this, and it's just like, it's sad. But like Steve Harvey said, it makes you think about your ancestors where you were ripped from your home, your land, your family, your roots, to be taken somewhere and you like, I don't belong. You feel like you don't belong, but when you go back to certain places and reconnect and things like that, it's like, wow, like I'm coming home and I'm back. It's just so, it's in so many different ways. It's like so many different mixed emotions.
Danny, what you got to say about that?
I am going to agree with both of my sisters here, but I'm also going to put another degree on this one. I do believe that we were here before slavery. I know we were here before slavery. I also know that Christopher Columbus never made it to America, at least not to the United States of America, the continental Americas.
Hello.
He made it to the islands. So let's be clear on that. He never made it here. He did not. So why we have that date, and this is not to take anything away from my Italian brothers and sisters. No, we're not doing it. In regards to the biological warfare that they created, which is why we have what we have, I will say I will give that definitely credit to him. I'm not going to give that to the Italian people. I will give it to him. In regards to being over in Africa, I can't wait till I can go over there and actually have that experience. I want to know what that is to be over there and to feel what it feels to be on that ground and ground in that. But I'm not going to minimize the fact that we were here. We were already here. We were already doing our slave, not slave trade, but we were already doing our trade of commerce. Herbs, spices, things that are prevalent over there, that have come from there, things that come over here that are from here, and we interact and we have a commerce and we are trading things. But there is a people that decided that they wanted to have all of that, and they wanted to take credit for all of that, and they wanted to hide all of the information that they have, so that when they give us what they want to give us, we believe it. I know I'm a goddess. I know. We got 3 goddesses over here, and we got a god over here. I know who the fuck we are. You ain't got to tell me. I do not want, and this is something that if you know me, you know. My biggest pet peeve is emasculation of men. That is my biggest pet peeve. And the reason why it is, do I consider myself a feminist? No. Because that's not for us. I'm a melanated goddess. I know that's not for me. But what I'm not going to do is have you emasculate men and tell them that they don't hold the position that they hold, which tells me I don't hold the position that I hold. And I understand that the balance between us, my weaknesses are his strengths and his weaknesses are my strengths.
Amen.
I don't buy into any of it. But I understand why the emotion that he got, because I did get emotional in feeling that, because that disconnect that we have, that we allowed to happen, because we created everything that y'all got. Math, science, all of it. We created that shit. Y'all took credit for it because you got us to believe that we didn't need to know who we were.
Yeah.
But we're waking up. And that guy right there knows who the fuck he is. This goddess right here knows who the fuck she is. And this goddess over here knows who the fuck she is. So with all of that, yes, we're learning more. We're waking up to who the fuck we are. So whoever's listening, know we know.
All right, y'all, I want y'all to check out this next one. And let me know what y'all think about this.
A broken black man. A disjointed man, a potential fully fledged man.
Taught to be strong and handle his own at any and all costs. Tears are for the weak,
They made that clear. Help is for the lesser and feminine inclined. Help is for the half man. They told him not to speak our business, and the world issues die on the doorstep. An anxious man. His mother told him no woman has time for that. He is a broken black man, taught to be strong and handle his own at any cost. Take life's hits and never let his knees buckle. Real men bottle their troubles and consist of two emotional states, happy and angry. A critical misconception ensuring he became a broken man. Talking to the moon just to keep away the blues. Big man don't tear, just shrug it all off and leave. Don't speak your heart, just keep a wall up to appease.
What did y'all think about that? What you think about that, Nene?
There is a part of me that wants to hug every last single black man that I see. It pains me, and even, just seeing my own father, it pains me, the grief that black men go through. I now, well, not like right now, but I try to be cognizant of how I treat the black man. As a black woman, I never want to see a black man, especially a black man that belongs to me, suffer. I don't want to see him go through life unwanted, not desired. It's bad enough society breaks a man, especially a black man. And as black women, I work for a Fortune 500 company. That's a whole nother story. But seeing a black man being treated like he's less than, it bothers me. Only because, my daddy's black and there's predominantly black men in my family. It hurts. And some days I wish there was something that I could do to make it better. As a black woman, all I can do is continue to pray and to comfort him. That's all
Danny,
I
what
got.
you got to say about that?
Make the God believe he is not. This is the thing that I think we don't understand. This has been centuries in the making. Do any of you all know about the Willie Lynch letters? Are we not seeing the manifestation
of how to
that
break a
man's
black man?
words, his words?
Mhm.
Like really think about that. Like, come from the surface and really think about the manifestation that man put out in this universe.
Mhm.
That's exactly what we're seeing. And if those letters are not alive to you, you don't see what's happening. If we can make people, okay, how about this? In our society right now, regardless of your skin color or whatever, if we can make you believe that what we say is the truth and what you know is a lie, we got you. That is exactly what is happening. If we can get you off of your vibration, we can fuck all y'all up, because a collective vibration is more powerful
than when it stands alone.
Then You said it. You said it. You said it.
The one that says alone.
If I can mind fuck you to believing that you ain't shit, I win. Even though everything is telling you who the fuck you are, what you have done, the fact that I have stolen everything for you and claimed it for my own, and everyone believes me. Just live
It's
it.
desensitizing.
It's a collective conscious effort. If I can get the collective conscience to understand that I want the power and they're going to give it to me, why? Because I said so. That's really what it is. It's really because I said so. It's a mind fuck. I swear, I love that movie Get Into the Greek because that showed me exactly what mind fuck really is. I can tell you whatever. I can give you, yes, that's, oh, yeah, you're great. No, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You're going to believe me. You're going to trust me. What is a belief? A belief is a thought that you continuously think until you believe it's true. They're telling you, this is what happened. It was stolen. It was stolen. It was stolen. And at what point are you going to say, nigga, you full of shit? I'm going to believe with my eyes, not what you tell me. But I'm also going to do the research to find out exactly what it is I need to know. And that's the part right there.
What's the part? Knowledge is power.
Study thyself to show you're approved. Like, come on, like all of it.
It might be rightly divided.
For lack of knowledge. Isn't that your Bible?
That's in there.
Knowledge is power. Yep.
Come on, keep
I just
waking
wanna-
up. It's
I wanna-
happening. It's
hold on.
working.
I want to bring this up on the screen, right? Because you brought up a very important word. Can you see what that word? Can you guys read that definition?
Accept something as true, feel sure of truth of. Hold something as an object, think, or suppose. So
No,
in
it
other
says
words,
hold. Wait a minute. It says hold something as an opinion.
oh, I'm sorry, opinion. My bad. I apologize.
Yeah. So yeah.
Hey Russ, I have a question for you. And maybe, this could be down the line at some point, but I feel like there should be you should get together and I'll even help you if I need to get a panel of black men.
I've been trying to get them, man. I've been trying to get them.
And I got some
Because us women,
I'll put feelers out.
I mean, and with a panel of women, we're women. We can only talk about what we see, and because we have been with black men, we can only go by what we see. But just having a panel of black men, and I don't care what their economical status is. I don't care. It just needs to be a panel of black men because this discussion right here, I feel like us women, we're doing it some justice, but we're not doing enough justice.
See this is what I envision. I envision like I could always expect to see 3 or 4 of y'all on the show. I can always expect to see you, Shantae. Now we got Danny on the show. I can expect to see that. My thing has been just trying to find men that can come in here and
Consistency
fit
with men.
and fit and give me, this where we can balance the ranks out. Because guess what? If a man don't think like me, you don't think like, we've had those conversations, but even the women think different. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
of
need
course.
to have the full open conversation.
Yeah,
Because
this conversation, that this topic that you have today, it needs to be a full panel of black men.
But you got a problem with some black men that they won't share because they feel like
True.
if they share wholeheartedly and openly, sometimes they're going to be judged or misunderstood. I've seen that, but like I tell folks, this is a judgment free. We have a judgment free panel. It's like that's your opinion. You have a right to have your own opinion, and that's where I see where you have some black men that feel like, well, if I really give you my full opinion of how I really feel, then you gonna hate me. And it's
No,
not
you know,
that.
you
I
know,
just, but you
you know
know,
what
but
I,
you do have some that's like that. You do
but
have
you know
some
what
that
I,
have
you know
that
what I,
mentality.
you know what I've run across because I've. It's not that I have not had men on the show, right?
Oh, you have plenty of men.
Listen, it's when we're talking about fucking and bisexual shit and you know like the lifestyle shit. Oh, niggas will talk about that shit. Second, we start talking about the family, finances. Niggas don't want to say shit.
Sounds like you talking to the wrong one, the wrong
You,
man.
no, I'm just saying, period. Though, like you know,
That's
like
across
even
the
from
board.
the
That's not all
listening group.
men.
I'm just
All
talking
right,
about
so
even,
then we'll take this. We'll take this as a APB out for the men who want to talk about this shit because I know plenty of them.
well, all I need
So
is
Point
I
them
need
here, cause I
that
would
part,
love.
APB. I'm
need
putting
I
it
would
out there
love
right
to
now.
listen.
I need
I would
three.
love
Me
to
too.
sit back and listen.
Me too.
Okay.
I need.
Well, I'm gonna try and bring one of them.
I need three. I need three. Well, see, this is the thing. I need three loyal people like that.
Right. I
That
got
be
you.
on the show every week. That we on the show. I
It
need
don't even
those
have to
three.
be every week. This is a beautiful discussion. I feel like a broken black man. This is a beautiful topic to have a panel of black men, and it doesn't have to be every week, but just this topic alone.
Yeah.
I mean, this topic alone is very powerful, and us women, like I said before, we can only say so much based off of our connection with a black man. We're not men, so we can't dig deep.
I understand that. I understand that. And if we get to all the clips, which I doubt we're gonna get to tonight, I end it with women's like I gotta, you know, I got a method to my madness. Check this
I
out.
get it. I get it.
Yeah, what's the next video?
Check this out.
I think three of the hardest words to respond to honestly in the English language are, how are you? We lie. I wrote this book because I really wanted to sound an alarm. So many people are in deep emotional pain. For many of us, the pain has become normalized. I think that we don't know what our pain looks like, what it feels like, what it sounds like. I think far too many of us think that we're the only ones and we can't dare show a kink in the armor. Meanwhile, everybody that we know, everybody on the planet has holes in them. And you never know how many holes there are in the person next to you. I know that depression is universal. Black people in this country have a whole other set of circumstances that impact on our pain. We either internalize it and we have major illnesses, hypertension, heart disease, cancer, or it comes out. We'll self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, food, and sex, gambling, working 24/7, and they're hurting and they're killing each other. 3 years ago, I experienced what was probably the darkest bout of depression I ever experienced. Literally broke down for almost 9 months. And sometimes I would end up at a business meeting and would literally marvel at how I was able to wear that mask. That just 2 hours ago, I was on the floor in tears. It was not just pain that I was feeling, it was the stress of pretending that I was fine. I think for so many, we just don't know how to start the conversation. So Black pain, it just looks like we're not hurting, is my expression of faith in the Black community. Let's start the conversation. Then you find out that you're not standing on that ledge by yourself. The ledge, it's concrete, but it's cracking every day because there's so many of us standing on it.
Michael claims not to date Black women because he is different. But I feel that he hides behind that label, just as the women who entered the House of Healing hid behind the angry label for so long.
My perspective of Black women were my aunties, my cousins, all the way from, I had cousins that made me feel weird, you different, you dress funny, why you act like that,
Black women look at me and say, I can tell you don't like us. I'm like, what? I don't like you? I love you, but I can't help it if I learn 20 instruments. I can't help it if I play flute and walk barefooted on the beach. But I'm from South Central. I was amazed at you because I even told you, I said, you're a beautiful girl. And I watched yesterday.
Michael, she's a beautiful woman.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Tell her.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I said, you're a beautiful girl. And I told him, I said, this generation right now, people in their 20s, it's hard. Y'all making it hard on these brothers. We gotta wake up every day. Everything has to be about status. We gotta buy this, even if we can't afford it. And then y'all on Instagram, beautiful, and you talking like you don't have no daddy. You sound like a dude talking. Like you ain't got no home training. Oh, what the fuck is that? Blah, blah, blah. And you say you a bad bitch? That's not a bad bitch. I'm talking in general. I'm talking about the general that how old are you?
22.
Yeah, your generation. Girl, you 22 years old, you doing this. You having hot flashes?
Yes, it's hot.
Michael, that's disrespectful. I want you to understand that. Why would you do that?
Because I'm being funny. I'm a different kind of personality. Now you're trying to make me look bad like I disrespected her.
You did.
I got a son with a black woman. My mother's black.
You disrespected this woman in this room at this time.
May I finish, please?
No, you said
No.
I'm making you feel like you disrespect her. I want you to understand, the same way I said to you earlier, that we would, excuse me, Miss Lyra, we're not gonna do that.
You too, don't do that.
We're not gonna do it.
I feel disrespected by his comment.
No, I'm handling it.
You stop.
I want you to understand that to make a comment as a man like that to a woman, it wasn't funny, it was disrespectful.
Okay, first of all, I'm gonna apologize. But what about what I heard when I was growing up until now? It is disrespectful because it's a psychological input. All I'm saying is that I thought it was funny.
Miss Lyra, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do it, Miss Lyra. It's out of order.
I feel like he was out of order.
Yeah, but I handled it. And you got the apology.
I'm talking about the first comment that he made.
But I'm handling it. I said to you earlier, and I'm gonna give you.
I don't like that.
But I'm gonna
like
give
what
it.
he said.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna give it to you because you weren't here. We taught the ladies the distinction between hearing and listening.
I'm listening, and I didn't like what I heard.
Yeah.
So I commented.
So you don't have to respond. That's your power. Don't give him your power. You don't have to respond. Hold it. I told you I will handle it. Just breathe and hold it.
When I feel disrespected, I feel like I should have a voice. You said we're allowed to have a voice.
Yeah, I'm your voice.
I want to say something.
Today I'm
and I
your
didn't
voice.
Like what you said.
I'm your voice because you are reacting. You're not responding. Breathe and we'll handle it.
Breathe.
I don't think so. Hello, my beloveds. Thank you so much for stopping by our own YouTube channel. I hope Just Watch helped you in some way in your so that you miss out on our most memorable lessons and moments. Take care of yourself. And in the meantime, be blessed.
So what do you think about that, Nate? I want to start with you.
Dang, you've been calling on me first all night. So and I've seen the whole episode of that. And when he talked about why he doesn't date black women, I have heard, and I've actually had black men tell me to my face that the only reason why he would consider dating me is that I was the closest to a white woman. And that was just based off, me speaking, the way I've carried myself. I thought I just carried myself as a woman, period. I mean, that's what I've always thought. I've had black men tell me I was too dark, I'm too short, I'm too, I'm a little on the chubby side, which, whatever. I've actually heard this said to my face from black men, and the fact that he even Which I can kind of agree with him when he said, when he talked about the younger generation, the girls in their 20s, they make it harder for, single women that's in their, 30s approaching, their 40s. That's just how I perceived it. And ever since I was younger, I'll never forget in kindergarten, this white girl called me skillet. So I had already had issues with being a darker woman, but to have a black man or black men who I love. My father is a black man. I love him. To have a black man tell me that I was too dark, I'm too short. I've even had black men criticize me the fact that I don't have children at the age that I am. It's not that it was by choice. Life just happened like that. It's hurtful, yes, because I know that they're dealing with deeper issues, but I will always forever love a black man. That's just my thing. But it just hearing those two videos, and I want that book that the lady was talking about, so I'm gonna have to go back to the show and see if I can find that book.
Black Pain.
Black Pain. But the fact that these are things that I've always heard. It definitely has triggered some things. It definitely does.
Eda, talk to me.
It's kind of hard to deal with that. I mean, I've seen some black men that say, "Oh, I would never date a black woman because she's loud and she's this," but it's almost like you're saying you wouldn't. What about your mother that raised you? I look at it as you're saying that the woman that raised you is almost like it's like a dismissiveness of saying my mama that raised me ain't worth nothing and this and that. But everybody's different. Everybody has a different opinion. My thing was give them a chance. Not all black women are the same and not all black men are the same. And I can say everybody has a different persona. Everybody is different. Not every black man is cookie cutter. Not every black woman is cookie cutter. Not every person is cookie cutter. You're going to come across people that are different. You might come across some black women that are loud and boisterous, and you be like, oh my God, they ghetto as heck. Then you might come across a black woman that's very vocal, but that's not loud. When she talks very subtle. She gets a point across. It's just like you say, it depends on where they are. Everybody is on a different playing field, differentness, and you can't group us all as the same. Just like we can't group all men in the same category. Not all men are dogs. Not all men cheat. Not all men are just lazy and just trifling. Not all women are like that either. So you can't say all black women are just evil, angry, bitter women. No. Some black women are bitter. Some black women are angry because of the hurt and the pain that they've gone through. And sometimes it takes a good man or a good person to show them to say, hey, I can rebuild myself. Not all men are the same. I can rebuild myself after being destroyed. I can rebuild myself first. For somebody to give you a compliment and say, hey, you're beautiful. Okay, I'm beautiful. I've had one compliment. Let me go rebuild myself to become the woman that I need to be. So I can show, hey, I can be who I am with you and without you. But that's just me.
Danny, what you got to say?
It is so much to unpack with that. So much. First of all, he did that. There was definitely, and I do know what Iyanla Vanzant. I honor her. She's definitely a person that understands human behavior. That gentleman was expressing exactly how he felt, and I'm not going to invalidate what he feels. because it's what he feels. It's his experience. And he said exactly what he said. He said like, she said love, or it was vice versa. He said exactly what he wanted to say. And she said woman. He said, oh, woman. And then he went right back to girl, because he felt how he felt. What we cannot do is tell people how they feel. Perspective is everything. From his perspective, what he experienced in his life, he didn't like. What that is to a woman will definitely, we can definitely take that on and be like, ooh, what you trying to say? He was talking about the women that he's experienced in his life. I'm sorry, the shoe doesn't fit for me, so I'm not going to wear it. He was very dismissive because of his feelings. The young lady was feeling some kind of way, and she was very much so validated in how she felt, because his verbiage and what he was saying was being dismissive, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was dismissing what he didn't like. His why, no, we're not really, that's the part that I believe Sister Ayana was trying to get to, was his why. Why do you feel this way? Why do you see women as this way? And he was actually telling why he felt that way. What I saw, my aunties, my mom, my sister, those women in his life is why he feels the way he feels. So I'm not going to invalidate his experience. But I'm also not going to invalidate that young lady's experience and what she felt in that moment of that dismissive. But at the same time, what she was not seeing was that he was only speaking of his experience and not of you. But because you thought that was he was speaking of you, you took that offense and you decided, I need to be heard because he's being heard. Hold on, stop, pause, and listen. Don't, and Sister Yana was absolutely right. She listened to respond and not to understand. Because those are very different things. Understanding what someone is saying, okay, he's speaking from his perspective. Understanding to respond is, oh, he must be talking about me and I'm going to set him straight. Therefore, you're not listening. That young man said a lot. And in saying that, if you heard him, you would understand why. That young lady said a lot. But in hearing her and understanding her, knowing that she was not understanding him and what he was saying, yeah, I could definitely take offense to a lot of stuff that he said. But what I'm going to see is that he was talking from a place of hurt as well as defense. He felt like he had to protect him. She felt like she had to protect her. But if we actually can listen to each other, we can understand that we have a more common ground that we know. And we can actually fix that. It takes a little tweak, not a big turn, but a little tweak for us to hear each other and then say, hey, this is where we are. How do we come and bring this together? Yeah. That's what I got. You're muted.
You're muted.
I said I'm about to end the tonight's show. I'm about to just play a clip. I know most of y'all been a great cast tonight. Y'all been doing your thing. But I'm about to play this clip. It's going to be about 20 minutes long. So you guys can say good night right now if you want to. You know, do all your good things and all that good shout outs and all that good stuff. But I want to run
Danny's window. Danny's window view. Follow these beautiful women right here.
Get it correct.
Him too.
Definitely get it correct. Yo, but check out this video right quick, and we're going to end the show like this. And we're going to come back and talk about this a little bit deeper next week. Check this out.
Wait.
Coming up next on Primary Care, depression in Black men. Many suffer in silence.
We are alone at the very time that we really need to be reaching out to others.
Hello, and welcome to Primary Care. I'm your host, Dr. Lonnie Joe. Depression is one of the most common mental disorders in the United States and affects an estimated 17 million people each year. Black men are just as likely as anyone to have depression, but less likely to get help for it. Left untreated, depression can lead to chronic conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, sexual dysfunction, substance abuse, and even death. According to the Centers for Disease Control, suicide is the third leading cause of death for African American males aged 15 through 24. Black men can no longer live in silence and in the shadows of this treatable condition. Here to shed more light on this topic is Dr. Harold Woody Neighbors. Dr. Neighbors is a CS Mott endowed professor of public health at the Michigan State University College of Human Medicine. His research focuses on developing community-based programs that improve the health of Black men. Dr. Neighbors, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us, Woody. Excellent. Depression. Everybody has touched it or been embraced by it sometimes in their life. Black men seem to suffer disproportionately from the disease. Black men. Why?
Well, it's not clear to me that we suffer disproportionately from the disease of depression. But I have to say that we, more than any other group, are not getting the help that we need.
So the
and
results
not getting
of it
the help
stands
that
out.
we deserve.
Good point. So the
Yeah.
results of being depressed stands out because it's untreated.
Exactly. So I think the question that comes up is, why won't Black men seek help? I mean, it's just that simple. Now, that's a general problem for all men, but I think it's a more pressing problem for Black men. And it's not just for depression, it's for some of the other conditions that you mentioned, diabetes, hypertension. We have a problem in reaching out to get the help that we need.
Yeah, in my office, they're the last ones through the door, and,
Yeah.
you know, in terms of complaints, and then they don't complain as much. I mean,
Right.
they're so stoic with their own
Yeah.
assessment of themselves. I mean, it leads to other problems. But if you had to define depression for our viewing audience, how would you define it?
So the way I think about depression is in very personal terms. You can look in the diagnostic manual of the American Psychiatric Association, and you can read through the list of symptoms. I don't really recommend that people do that. I think there's a more basic way that we can understand depression. And the first point I want to make is that depression is not normal sadness. I'm going to say that again. It is not normal sadness. I think a lot of folks are, I think, too loose with that word depression. They say, oh, I'm depressed. What they're really saying is, I'm just kind of having a bad day, a slow day. That is not depression.
There is a difference.
Oh, it's a clinical difference. And so, for example, one way I think we ought to think about this is that you really, truly don't feel from the whole experience. So I didn't feel like getting up in the morning, even though I had a job to go to. Didn't want to. The thing I enjoy most in the morning is a good hot shower. When I was going through this depressive episode, the thought of getting up and turning on the water and stepping into that shower seemed like an insurmountable task.